I am really excited about the opportunity for you all to start making stuff like this at home. And I'm going to teach you how to do it. And I'm going to teach you how to trust yourself to do it even if you don't think you know how. So this wreath right here started out as a base and a bundle of flowers. Crescent moon base. Perfect and ready for friends to hop in. It's like this perfect little structure that's just ready to hang on to whoever gets added. So the bundle that I was pictured with this consists of roses, some narcissus, some fuchsia-y type stuff that I haven't quite looked up as much as I'd like to, some daffodils, a couple other things. And then I also collected some things from around here on my walks that I'm also going to incorporate, which is what I'm encouraging people to do also. You will receive a starter pack of what you can put in this to start decorating it. And then what I want to see is what you find to add to it. Because all of this was just gathered either from friends or neighbors over time. I did buy a few roses at the grocery store to supplement things during the winter. And then the rest is just from my own yard debris and going out and gathering a few things. There's a gigantic teasel patch next to Providence that I've been out there with my basket a couple of times. So I have a few teasel to add from my own collection. These are some Crocosmia seed pods from last year in my yard. This is some Nandina that I got from a friend who had me come out to her place before pre-COVID to gather a few awesome things. And then this is one of the many branches that I've picked up off of the ground at the park here in the neighborhood. When I go on walks, I head up into the upper section of the park, and while I don't break anything off of trees necessarily, I love to search for things that have already fallen and are ready to be used, because it's as if they fell for a reason, right? So I love starting with a branch like this for a lot of my projects. So I like that. And I stuck it in one of these strings that was already on here, but I really tied this pretty loosely down here, so you're gonna want to secure your stuff. I also read something really interesting about these being very nutrient, like that they water collects in them in certain ways that then little bugs climb in and drown in these little pools of water that as this is growing and living, that provide this like frickin' protein smoothie for birds and other organisms, other animals and bugs and whatever, to come drink from this little protein drinking fountain. Just kind of cool. Some of these ingredients are honestly at like the perfect dryness to just tuck it exactly where you want it to go, and then it's going to finish its drying process in that position. These are, oh my gosh, what is this called? Viburnum leaves from Sophia's place. And they are like this perfect, like they feel like material right now. And they have the coolest texture that just dries. And they have this fuzzy backside that's a totally different color. Like it's this awesome reversible ingredient. And for moons, they're awesome because the leaves tend to kind of have a natural curve in a certain direction depending on how it was growing. So I can even kind of like ruffle these up in the way that I want them to sit in here. And then I just tuck it in and let some teasel hang on to it, and it folds like a little ribbon where I want it to go. The other thing that's kind of cool that I have found is that you can also put something where you want it, and then put someone else on top of it to hold it there. With something with a stiffer stem, like a rose, is going to be more like a little needle to stick in here. In fact, you could even go right through and pin that leaf. So this bundle came with a few different kinds of roses that are very dry and have very stiff stems. So still have to be very careful though with sticking them in because they do snap. It's about like firm but even and gentle. Like it's been crazy to kind of witness what it truly takes to stick things in here without breaking them. It's been part of my process. Oh yeah, these just stick right through it, and then it's pinned there. If you can get the rose in to the rosemary. Ugh, petals break off easily. And mind you, I really feel like these things are meant to break down and drop you notes. So don't worry too much about how secure this stuff is depending on where you're gonna hang it up. If you're gonna hang it outside directly, it's gonna lose its stuff sooner. If you hang it inside first and let it be there for a bit, things will really not move much. They'll fade and dry a little bit more and might get a little funky looking. And that's usually when I then find myself moving it outside onto the front porch. And then it's kind of like an outside thing and it continues to break down. Oh yeah, that's pretty.